Hello, hello. What I want to ask here is about Bill Clinton, another person whose energy I don't particularly like. And while I get comments pretty regularly that my political biases influence my reading, which if you watch enough of the videos you see, no, not really. I see really terrible people getting away with all kinds of stuff. And when it comes to anyone, when we're talking about a topic like this one, which has to do with abusing teenage girls, I don't care who you are. I don't care if you are a Democrat. I don't care if you are the Dalai Lama. I don't care if you are Saint whomever of wherever risen from the dead. I don't care. If you have abused children, even teenagers, that counts. If you've abused children, you are slime, and you deserve whatever horrible thing that our justice system can do to you. So, I want to ask here about Bill Clinton. And I'll tell you, it makes me wonder if this actually is the case. If Bill Clinton is very much implicated in all of this, if there's proof of that, it almost makes me a little glad that maybe Hillary didn't win, because this would have overshadowed everything, and this would have been all that the first American female president would have been known for. But no, I still wish she would have won, because all of the people who have suffered and died because Trump's in office. But anyway, we're looking at Bill Clinton. Yep, there's his energy. I can feel it. Charming as ever. And I hope no one's upset if I call him charming, because they say even the... I don't know that I believe in the Antichrist, but they say even the Antichrist is wonderfully charming. I mean, and no, Bill Clinton is not the Antichrist. But his energy is very, very charming. And to some extent, that if this is the case, that he was doing this, then that makes it all the worse. Because to those who are given much, much will be asked. And this is the lowest of the low. This is, I'm not sure there's much worse you can do than hurting children. That's pretty much it. I mean, there's something lower. Trafficking children, yes. Thank you, cards, for reminding me. The only thing worse than abusing children yourself is trafficking them, so they can be abused by lots of people. Alright, so, hey Bill. Feeling a little stressed, buddy? Alright, Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton, did you mess around with the underage girls? Were you involved with this Epstein thing, messing around with underage girls? Will it be found out? Two there. And two for the reading, for some reason. His charm has gotten him through a lot. Quite often, this card comes up for me as, well, it's someone who takes control, but it can also be kind of a used car salesman. Or a lawyer. But it can also be someone who takes the control into their own hands, who stands up and he is I'm sorry to say this, but what's coming into my mind is he's a master manipulator. Not really a shock. Alright, what else have we got here? In the past, that I not only did I shuffled these cards from the last reading I did on Acosta, but I actually even separated them out into separate piles, one by one, to make sure they were completely shuffled. This is the same card I got in the exact same spot in the last reading, having to do with this. Well, in the other reading it had to do with Epstein, and this is a manhood symbol. Here it feels like, through my psychic senses, it feels more like it's Bill Clinton, not literally. Yuck. Yuck. Ugh. Alright, center the reading. This feels like at least he has a conscience. I'm just saying those are the words that are coming into my mind. I'm not saying that that's how I feel. I'm getting the feeling he's done some things that are very wrong, but part of him has been waiting to get caught for a long time and was surprised he didn't get caught sooner. Base of the reading. Women and children. This is a very wholesome energy. I wonder if this is going to be very unwholesome. Sort of. This is the wife and child wholesome, and then this is the young virile out sowing oats and going around behind people's backs, women's backs, and they're kind of balancing your future. Money that Bill put up, I call him Bill, that he's put up to get him out of financial or some of these legal messes before, and he's done it many times, and he's either just going to do it again, or it's going to become sort of more commonly aware that he's done it. Home environments. This card keeps coming up too as witnesses. They come forward, they leave evidence, they go. The next person comes in, they leave evidence, they go. Next person leaves evidence and goes. And that's in the home environment. He's left, it's almost like that's Bill Clinton himself, but this is there is so much evidence. Interesting. Hopes and fears. He's worried about the legacy he's leaving. And it's like, well, guy, you should have thought about that decades ago. But should have thought of that decades ago. Whether people see Sword of Truth. Yep, the Sword of Truth is coming. Final outcome. The House of Clinton. Coming down. The Republicans and Fox News in particular, they've got time on the air to fill, and they are going to fill it with anything bad related to Bill Clinton they can possibly get hold of. The problem is that they get people riled up about Clinton. I promise you, the Republicans who are guilty of being involved with Epstein and doing these kinds of things, they're going to get nailed as well. And you make the populace angry enough, they turn to some form of a mob. If not a physical mob, then things become very extreme in the society, like in the French Revolution, which I also talked about in this last video that I recorded. But this feels very much like evidence maybe Epstein has or somebody has, which brings down this is the family clan, this is the Trump family often, or in this case the Clinton, this would be, you know, the Kennedys, you know, but this is the fall of the House of Clinton. What's the Temperance card? He's got the charm going, I'll tell you that. I'm not disgusted by the energy he's putting off. I'm not delving deep into his energy. I don't want to. But a lot of people, and frankly, it's just because I don't need to. Luckily, I've got guides, thank you very, very much, who are willing to do the dirty work. So what's with the Temperance card? Contrition, being contrite, apologetic. But it's just there's been so much brought up against him for things he's done. Things he's accused of doing. But there are enough of them that even if he's been accused of things he hasn't done in the past, it sticks, because he has done some things that were that bad. What goes around comes around. I wonder if he's going to try to leave the country for a while. Feels a little bit like that. Feels a little bit like that. All right, so is it Epstein? Is Epstein going to spill? Is the Epstein evidence, or Epstein, what Epstein says is that what's going to take down Bill Clinton? Trump. Trump's corruption, also the Republicans, like on Fox News, really having a fascination, or what this symbolizes, about getting Clinton for what he's done or allegedly done. So you would have thought if any of this was well known, or if any, you know, you would have thought, I mean, Ken Starr would have been all over this. But I think it's the Republicans and Fox News. They're going to just keep talking and talking and talking about Clinton. Don't do it, guys. Don't do it. Oh, it's too tempting. It's too tempting. They're just gonna be all in on that one thing, not realizing that when it all hits the fan, it is very much gonna splash all over Trump. He's corrupt, but he's been chosen by God because we are in the end times nonsense. All right, so does Clinton end up going to jail? Does Bill Clinton go to jail? Getting major arcana, but what I'm getting is the corruption, the vice. But he's coming from such a place of power. I mean, a man who was president for 8 years. I'm not saying you should get away with it at all. I don't think anybody should get away with anything like this. No, not one iota. Like I said, I don't care who it is. And the Republicans, of course, want to take him down, but that's his vices, plural. Moving into a new area, because usually what comes up is older adult women that he is mistreated. That's usually the allegation, but this is a whole different ball game. Oh, that doesn't really answer my question then. If it damages the heck out of what's left of his reputation, the world is going to see oh, that does not look... The world is going to see justice about... I got the Three of Cups and the Lover's card. This card is strange. I think it's Bill Clinton, but it's not a king, strangely enough. And he's moving forward, but the one thing about Clinton is that since he had all the stents put in his heart, and he became vegan, I will give him a tiny bit of credit for that. But since all of that, he, and his aging and the stress that you're under when you're president, plus, gosh, his heart is like it's like blown glass. He's kind of diminished. I don't know if you've seen him around. He's thin, but he's kind of quieter, and just seems very happy when people talk to him. And so this is the world seeing some of this stuff, but him not being the big flashy. So I'm getting that the world is going to see something about his lies and secrets, putting him on very unsteady ground. He's still going to have people who support him. Why? If you've got evidence of messing with underage girls, no one should stand with him. More secrets. Other people have secrets. This is far-ranging. It's farther ranging than people realize. His reputation is done. I mean, done. He is going to be included in the investigations about his secrets and lies. Secrets, lies. So the government is Bill being on unsteady ground, and this really does feel like people who will stand with him, or who are as forgiving of him as other people are of, like, Trump and his ilk. And then it comes back to he's one of the people who abused. That's what this is saying. And he will get his own form of abuse for having taken part in this. But he's only one. This feels like it's going to be a real number of prominent, successful men who are dragged into this, and he's just one. That's what this feels like. So that's what I'm getting. You know, is it wishful thinking on my part? I don't know that anybody could say this is wishful thinking on my part, because I'm a Democrat. I mean, I would, you know, politically speaking, I would, if I had a choice, well, if I had a choice, none of this would have happened and all of these girls would be fine. But as a Democrat, I would certainly want justice to reach the White House. But that doesn't mean that I want anything other than justice. I'm very, by the way, I remove comments that mention violence or suggest violence, other than, you know, something silly like being whapped, you know, with a kitty tail, or, you know, piece of paper, one piece of paper just whap whap, you know, like this, like that's not, you know, if someone is joking about something like that, who cares? But no, actual comments about wishing violence and cruelty, and I just want justice. I just, if the evidence is there, I just want justice. All right, so that is what I'm getting for Bill Clinton. It feels like he actually might be capable of saying the words "I'm sorry." I don't know if he's capable of meaning them, but that's what I'm getting, unfortunately. I hope I'm wrong about all of these readings. I hope it turns out that nobody was hurt. That would make me happy. But if somebody was hurt, I just want justice. All right. But thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And especially thank you to my patrons, because this channel would not exist without you. All right. Hang in there.